Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Falak Tijani, and I'm a Senior Manager at Sahel Consulting Agriculture and Nutrition, and your host for today's event. At Sahel, I manage several programs and foster the development of the agricultural landscape. And I also lead the business development activities. And the CSP program that we're launching today is actually one of the programs that I've been fortunate enough to have been working with the team for over the past 1 year or so. So I'm particularly excited today to welcome you at the official launch of the program. A few housekeeping rules for us. We're going to have you the camera and video enabled for the panelists and the speakers, but then you will notice that as participants, you don't have your cameras and you are enabled or your microphone enabled, but you're going to have access to the chat feature. So you can leave in your comments, you can introduce yourselves, leave in comments, leave in questions throughout the session that we're going to get to at the end of the discussions that we're going to have today. And we also have the webinar will be recorded. The event will be recorded and you're going to have access to that after the event on the CSP program launch website. For the program today, we have the opening remark, but we have a list of remarkable speakers that are going to give us the opening remark and goodwill messages. We're going to have the official program launch by the dignitaries. We're also going to give you a bit of an overview and information about the program, the CSP program, what is it about, what is it looking at covering, and what is the impact that it's looking at having on the Nigerian seed sector. We're going to go deep dive a bit. We have different topics and the topic leads that are going to be working over the next 4 years to implement these programs are going to be telling you a bit more about the specific areas that they're going to be touching on and the impact that they're looking at having at the end of 4 years. And we're also going to have at the closing remark by Mr. Folarin of the National Seed Council. So I would like to invite for the launch, the opening remark, I would like to invite Mrs. Ndidi Wuneli. She's the managing partner at Sahel Consulting. Ndidi, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be here today to welcome you. I am so excited at the point we've reached today with this program launch. It's been a year of work and collaboration. So let me go through the welcome protocols. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, represented by the Director of Agriculture Extension of the Ministry, Mrs. Babangida Karima. The Ambassador, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nigeria, Honorable Harry van Dyke. The Director General, National Agricultural Seed Council, Dr. Philip Olusegun Ojo. The Director, Wangen Center for Development Innovation, Hedwig Bruggeman. Executive Director of the Agricultural Research Council, Executive Directors of different research institutes, members of National Agricultural Research Institutes, members of farmers organizations represented here today, captains of industry, members of international community, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the launch of the CSP. You'll agree with me that this is a difficult time in Nigeria's history. Not only are we facing double-digit inflation, but rising costs of food. In fact, according to the WFP, we're going to have over 9 million Nigerians with severe food insecurity between the months of June and August this year. In addition, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics released results that 33% of Nigerians are unemployed and that over 57% of household income is spent on food. We desperately need to address the food crisis in our country. It's directly linked to unemployment and insecurity. And I believe that by unlocking the challenges in this sector, we will transform lives and create a Nigeria that we can all be proud of. The seed sector is critical to a dynamic agriculture and food landscape. And yet, the yield gaps in Nigeria persist, with gaps as high as 56% for maize, and even higher for soybean at 67% relative to best practices. Climate change continues to widen these gaps as we face severe drought, flooding, and extreme weather patterns that affect the ways farmers engage. We desperately need to work collaboratively to close the yield gaps, but to also ensure that our farmers have access to improved seed that's tolerant and adaptive to climate change to ensure food security and national security. A well-functioning seed system will ensure that together we can unlock the potential, close the yield gaps, close the malnutrition gaps, and address the growth we needed in our country. And I commend the Dutch for this pioneering initiative and the Kingdom of the Netherlands for the tireless work to unlock the potential in the seed value chain in Nigeria. We have really enjoyed our collaboration with the dynamic and brilliant team at Wageningen University, and I want to thank them for all their work in enabling the design of the CSV. And for those who don't know, this design process started in 2019, where we basically went through a comprehensive mapping with our colleagues at the Wageningen University and NASC to conduct an assessment of the seed sector. We engaged in a participatory and iterative process that included desk research, focus group discussions across Nigeria, multi-stakeholder workshops that some of you might have participated in. And the results were a long-term document that identified 22 strategic innovative pathways for enhancing the performance of the seed sector in Nigeria. This comprehensive and groundbreaking work served as the foundation for the creation of the Collaborative Seed Program, which we are launching today. And the success is really linked to collaboration, to engagement, to thought leadership, and to support from all key stakeholders. Sahel, as many of you know, has been working diligently for the last 10 years to transform the agriculture and food sector in Nigeria. And we've been involved in a lot of seed projects through Basics 2, YISWA 2, in collaboration with IITA, the Seed Set project, the Hybrid Maize Foundation Seed project, and the incubation and launch of Umudike Seeds and IITA Go Seed. So we strongly believe that the expertise that we've garnered over the last 10 years in unlocking the food and agricultural landscape in Africa, but also specifically working in the seed systems, will enable us to drive this project. We are honored and delighted that we have this unique opportunity as Sahel Consulting to partner with all you key stakeholders to truly transform the landscape. And we're going to be building on our work with Nourishing Africa, with Aldine, with FMAD, and all the other long-term initiatives that we're piloting and powering through. On this note, I'd like to end with my favorite African proverb, which says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, go with others. Today, we're going far with others. We're going far with the dynamic team at Wageningen University, with the dynamic team at NASC under the leadership of the visionary Dr. Philip Ojo, with the wonderful and dynamic team at the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and all you key stakeholders in the seed system, both in the research institutions as well as stakeholders through the entire value chain. We look forward to working with you over the next 3 years to truly transform this landscape. And we look forward to opportunities to celebrate our successes. God bless you all, and welcome to the launch.
Thank you so much, Ndidi. Thank you so much for the kind words, and also, more importantly, reminding us of the challenge that we have ahead of us and the work that we're going to do. Hopefully, this program is going to take charge and lead over the next 4 years. And I would now like to invite Mrs. Hedwig Brugman. She's a director at the Wageningen Center for Development Innovation. Over to you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me and see me? Let me put on my video as well.
We can see you now and we can hear you.
Okay,
please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Honorable guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to speak to you here today. And after this inspiring speech of Mr. Duolini, I don't know what I can add, and what I would really like to add, that after all these years of careful preparation, the moment is there. The moment is there that we are at this launch, and we are really delighted and thrilled that we can participate in this program. And I would like to thank the Ministry of Agriculture of Nigeria and the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands to give this opportunity to really make a difference in the Nigerian seed sector. And our team from Wageningen, as you know, they are there also listening today, and also going to give you more insights later. We have been involved together with other partners in the development of the National Seed Roadmap. And I always heard my colleagues, Maria and others, enthusiastically speaking about this, because this is really a game changer. That is the way we see it. And we are very happy to provide this program, and with an experienced team of experts that have been working in the seed sector transformation in several countries in Africa and Asia. And well, I can really say that we are leading in this, and I'm very proud that we have such a team, and more proud that we can really give these experiences and in the context of this new program. And we are there to do our best and to work together in that service. And I was in Nigeria myself last year for the first time, and also very excited to see what is happening and what are all the possibilities, especially also in the seed sector. And although Nigeria is a relatively new country for us as Wageningen University Research, of course we do several things, but not to the extent in what we are starting up together with you all now. So that is exciting, and we are of course there to for the long term, not for the short term, together. And well, again, I would like to thank you all also for organizing this launch today, and well, wish us all together a good luck and a good road. As to repeat it, we are on this road together to make the National Seed Roadmap work. So thank you very much, and have a good afternoon together.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words, and also mentioning the work that has been done leading to this launch. I would like now to welcome Dr. Phillips Ojo. Dr. Ojo is the Director General of the National Agricultural Seed Council. Over to you, Dr. Ojo.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Let me recognize the presence of Alhaji Sabo Nanono, ably represented by my sister, the Federal Director of Agriculture, Mrs. Karima Babangida, the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands, the MD of Sahel Consulting, Noeli, my sister. This is our second coming today. And I want to recognize the existing protocol. Actually, it is a great privilege and honor to be part of this historic event of official launch of collaborative seed program. It aims at include various stakeholders in the seed industry, both in Nigeria and Netherlands, with the ultimate aim of addressing the major challenges facing the sector, thereby translating the sector to be more competitive, profitable, innovative, adaptive, sustainable, inclusive, resilient, and more transparent. The Collaborative Seed Program is an offshoot of the National Seed Roadmap of Nigeria, embedded in the Nigerian-Netherlands Seed Partnership, targeted at improving farmers' access to and use of quality seeds of new improved varieties to sustainably increase agricultural productivity and achieving the food security agenda of the present administration. This definitely will be well fitted into the national agricultural agenda of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, the collaborative seed program, which was when fully operational, within the next 4 years period, we'll be able to achieve the program expected outcome, which includes enhancement of the capacity of the seed sector to provide high quality, inclusive and differentiated services to seed producers and other relevant actors along the seed value chain. Also enhance efficiency, fairness, transparency of seed value chains, seed market, as well as enhance the rules and systems that govern seed markets, production system, service delivery, and coordination, among others. I therefore enjoy all topic leads to work assiduously to achieve this single goal of a revitalized and purposeful Nigerian seed sector with this partnership with Netherlands. I want to also use this opportunity to challenge all stakeholders and partners to bring to the table their wealth of experience and expertise towards addressing all the challenges that were identified in the seed roadmap. I strongly believe that this collaboration of all critical stakeholders in the industry in various identified aspects, such as quality assurance, extension, seed cultivation practices, seed marketing and promotion, sector governance and coordination, alignment and donor intervention will engender the much needed and realignment of the Nigerian seed industry. I want to appreciate my Honorable Minister, who is ably represented, for making time out to grace this very, very important event, and also the Netherlands government for this timely intervention in the Nigerian seed industry. I have no doubt in my mind that the challenges identified that are facing the seed sector will be a thing of the past, and a high level of performance will be achieved by the Nigerian agricultural seed sector. I further wish to state unequivocally that we in the NASC will do all to ensure that the ambition of the project are translated to laudable achievements. On this note, I wish you very happy and fruitful deliberation. And once again, welcome to this project launch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ojo, for the kind wishes. And I would like now to invite Ambassador Harry van Dyke. He's the ambassador for the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Abuja. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Many thanks to the representative of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mrs. Karima Babangida, Director of Agricultural Extension, the Director General of the National Agricultural Seeds Council, Dr. Philip Olusegun Ojo, Director of Wageningen Center for Development Innovation, Mrs. Hedwig Bruggeman, and Mrs. Ndidi Nweli, the Managing Partner of Sahel Consulting, and all the other distinguished guests that grace this occasion with their presence. It's an honor for me to speak at this occasion. It has been a long way coming, fast for normal project preparation, but still long in preparation. Hard work has been done, and I'm very happy to see the CSP launched here today. Because the world's population is growing rapidly and is expected to rise to 9 billion people in 2050. So we're all facing the great challenge of producing a high quality and nutritious food for everybody, while at the same time we're dealing with climate change and agro-biodiversity loss. Nigeria as well will have to step up its efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal Zero Hunger by 2030. And due to COVID-19 pandemic and growing economic pressures, the food security situation in Nigeria has become even more challenging. At the same time, Nigeria is up to that challenge. The Nigerian policies are targeted towards increasing local agricultural production, diversification of the economy, and Nigeria avails of a very vibrant private sector that can push this agenda. The Netherlands is one of the biggest exporters of agricultural goods worldwide. This success is based on innovation and efficiency in our agricultural sector, Using high quality seeds is a vital step in increasing food production. That's why we decided to invest in this collaborative seed program. It all starts with seeds. The Netherlands specializes in development of high-performing varieties that offer good protection against pests, diseases, and climate stress. We have a strong seed industry, and our seed association, Plantum, has a solid reputation worldwide. In 2019, with a team of representatives of knowledge institutes, the seed industry, civil society organizations, and the Dutch government visited Nigeria to explore opportunities for Nigerian-Dutch collaboration in the seed and horticultural sector. One of the first activities taken up after the visit was joint development of a seed sector development strategy, or a national seed roadmap. The seed roadmap forms the basis for the program we launched today. By working on 8 topics out of the seed roadmap, Dutch knowledge and expertise are used to work on Nigerian priorities for the development of a vibrant seed sector. Partnerships have been at the heart of Netherlands' success in the agri-food sector. Nobody can attain food security in Nigeria alone. We need collaboration between governments, entrepreneurs, civil society, and research institutions. As one of the former panelists said, if you want to go far, go together. That is why we named this program the Collaborative Seed Program. It's the newest initiative under the umbrella of the Nigerian-Netherlands Seed Partnership. By working closer together, we'll be able to step up our efforts in meeting the demand for quality seed and through that demand for sustainable and healthy food. I'm confident that the Wageningen University and Research, Sahel Consulting, and the National Agricultural Seed Council and all the project partners will make a substantial contribution to the seed sector transformation in Nigeria. I'm sure that this collaborative seed program will get off to a great start, and I look forward to the results it will produce. I wish you all great achievements. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the goodwill message. And I'll move now to His Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development of Nigeria, Sabo Nanono, ably represented by Mrs. Babangida Karima. She's the Federal Director of Agriculture of the Ministry. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all. The Ambassador, Your Excellency, the Ambassador, Kingdom of the Netherlands, Ambassador Harry van Dyke, the Director General, National Agri-Seed Council, Dr. Philip Ojo, the Managing Partner, Sahel Consulting, Ms. Ndidi, other development partners here present, Ms. Brooks, our dear farmers, gentlemen of the press, a very good afternoon to you all. Let me start by extending the warm greetings of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, who would have wanted to grace this occasion today. But unfortunately, as you are all aware, today is a very busy day for all ministers in Nigeria because they have a meeting with Mr. President, the FEC meeting. So on this note, it is my pleasure, singular honor and pleasure, to deliver his keynote address. So it gives me pleasure to be here this afternoon to deliver the keynote address and launch the collaborative seed partnership project in Nigeria. As you are all aware, the federal government of Nigeria is committed to the promotion of the agricultural sector by unleashing its potentials to drive food and nutrition security, economic diversification, as well as job creation. At the core of this very important objective is we can't achieve this without looking at the seed subsector. So we have to develop a functional and robust seed subsector in Nigeria. Therefore, it is important that this event seeks to address the key challenges in the seed sector with the overall goal of strengthening our seed systems for the attainment of food and nutrition security. As I have been briefed today Today's event is the culmination of many efforts arising from the robust sector review conducted in September 2019 and February 2020. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the role of quality seeds in the agricultural development of any nation is not in doubt. Quality seeds is the fuel for agricultural development, and availability of quality seeds of a wide range of crop varieties is the key to attaining food security. Over the years, we have convened national dialogues, retreats, and conferences geared towards identifying the major challenges of the Nigerian seed industry with the view of proffering lasting and sustainable solutions capable of improving seed quality and the productivity of our smallholder farmers. The ministry also engages in collaboration and experience sharing with other countries who have high technical know-how in the subsector, such as the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Your Excellency, we are glad to have you on board today. I want to thank the Kingdom of the Netherlands and her state institutions and partners for their numerous contributions towards the development of agriculture in Nigeria, particularly the seed sector. We are not unaware of the numerous Dutch-funded initiatives like the Seed for Change project in Kano State and other knowledge transfer and capacity building programs. This collaborative program is another giant step in the right direction. We welcome it and anticipate that the 8 priority areas that have been selected will lead the path towards a sustainable seed sector transformation, capable of delivering the best planting materials to our smallholder farmers for increased productivity, food security, and improved standard of living. At our own level in the ministry, we will continue to provide all the necessary support needed to provide and promote the use of improved quality seeds by our farmers. The ministry is currently promoting research and development, reviving extension services, easing input access to our smallholder farmers, facilitating affordable credit, increasing commodity output, enhancing processing capacity, broadening market access, and expanding revenue earnings. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari's administration, is committed to the provision of incentives to our dear farmers in order to increase the output and quality of agricultural commodities to exceed the national requirements and earn revenue for the country. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting too much time, Your Excellency, I seek for your commitment, cooperation, and continuous collaborations towards meeting our food and nutrition security needs and employment generation to ensure inclusive economic growth and stability of our dear country. On this note, I have the singular honor and pleasure to launch the collaborative seed partnership project for the good of the Nigerian farmers. Once again, I thank you all for convening this meeting, and I wish us all a successful implementation of the project. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Babangida. Thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate your presence today. And I've seen quite a few questions, comments already about what the program is about. And the next session that we'll move up the agenda that we're moving into is we're going to have a bit more detail about the program. So now we're going to have our current speakers relegated, and we're going to bring up the presenters of the collaborative seed program. And doing that, I'm going to share my screen so you have the presentation at hand to see. As you're following, as they're presenting, you're following with us, all of us are following, and to see what the program is all about. So first, to present this program, we have Dr. Maya Tyson and Mr. Chinedu Agbara. Dr. Maya Tyson has been working in the international development landscape of agrobiodiversity management, crop improvement, and seed sector development since 1997. She joined Wageningen University and Research, Wageningen Center for Development Innovation in 2001, and has been leading a multidisciplinary team since 2012. She manages a portfolio of multi-annual national seed projects across Africa and Asia, as well as an African-wide community of practice on seed sector development. Maya has 20 years of experience in the seed sector, working both in developing informal and formal seed systems, strengthening seed value chains, supporting the development of national seed sector platforms, facilitating institutional change processes, supporting seed regulatory reform, and strengthening seed entrepreneurship at local, national, and international levels. She will be the Dutch coordinator for the Collaborative Seed Program. We also have Mr. Chinedu Agbara. Chinedu is a finance and business management expert with over 10 years experience in investment banking, project finance, project management, and business advisory. He currently serves as a manager at Sahel Consulting, where he leads the development and implementation of agriculture projects focused on seed systems, catalyzing inclusive growth, and professionalizing farmers' associations and innovative agribusiness startups. Over the years, he has focused on the seed sector, helping start seed companies in Nigeria, provided capacity building, strategic and business advisory support to industry agri-food processors to establish independent seed multiplication operations. He is keen to see the seed sector, the Nigerian seed sector, work efficiently and able to attract more private capital to support government and donor funding. He will be the Nigerian coordinator for the Collaborative Seed Program on behalf of Sahel Consulting. Now over to you, Chinedu and Maya.
Thank you very much, Falak, and good afternoon to everybody, distinguished guests and participants. I'm very happy to have you here with us today in this online launch event for the Collaborative Seed Program. Together with my colleague Chinedu Agbara from Sahel Consulting, I will provide you a brief overview of the program. Next slide, please. The Collaborative Seed Program is a partnership of Nigerian and Dutch stakeholders to jointly work on improving the performance of the seed sector in Nigeria. And in doing so, it doesn't try to go for quick fixes of problems at hand, but it uses a systemic approach to find sustainable solutions for important challenges that the sector is currently facing. And to do so, it takes the recently published National Seed Roadmap as a starting point. In the National Seed Roadmap, stakeholders agreed on the vision of the Nigerian seed sector to become more competitive, resilient, profitable, innovative and adaptive, sustainable, inclusive, resistant and transparent. That's a great vision. The National Seed Roadmap prioritizes 22 key challenges, but also elaborates strategic innovation pathways on how to address these challenges. And in the Collaborative Seed Program, we focus on 8 of them. Next slide, please. The Collaborative Seed Program aims to contribute to improve sustainable income and food and nutrition security of rural households in Nigeria. That's the envisaged impact of the program. And it aims to do so by improving farmers' access to quality seed of improved varieties, which will increase agricultural productivity. That's the goal of the program. Experts estimate that 50% of the yield gap, and that is the difference between potential yields and the yields achieved in practice in the field, can be closed by using quality seed of improved varieties. The other 50% of the yield gap can be closed by using improved cropping practices. At sector level, we see 4 outcomes. At the services level, we see enhanced capacity for quality service provision to seed producers and other seed actors or other actors in the seed sector. At market level, we see enhanced efficiency and transparency of seed value chains and seed markets. At coordination level, we see enhanced coordination and accountability among different seed stakeholders. And at regulatory level, we see enhanced seed regulatory framework for governing the sector. That are the 4 outcomes at sector level that we want to achieve. But eventually, the small-scale food producers in Kaduna State, but also in Kano State, should benefit. And we elaborated targets related to increasing their productivity and closing the yield gap, to increase their use of quality seeds, and to increase their use of improved varieties. Next slide, please. The Collaborative Seed Program is a 4-year program funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands, represented by the Dutch Embassy in Abuja. It is embedded in the Nigeria-Netherlands Seed Partnership, which was established to create alignment, complementarities, and synergies between current and future programs funded by the Netherlands that related to seed. So the Nigeria-Netherlands Seed Partnership houses all Dutch-supported interventions in the country and is managed by the Dutch Embassy in Abuja. The Nigerian-Netherlands Seed Partnership operates under the umbrella of CNL, and that's a partnership between 2 Dutch ministries, as well as the Dutch private sector, through Planten, the seed association in the Netherlands. CNL aims to support seed sector development in developing countries and emerging markets. Next slide, please. I mentioned that the Collaborative Seed Program focuses on 8 of the 22 topics of the National Seed Roadmap. And in this slide, you see the 22 topics. The 8 topics on which the program focuses are indicated in bold. So the topics of the program are decentralization of seed quality assurance, sector governance and coordination, extension on seed and cultivation practices, plant variety protection, seed company marketing and promotion, variety release, alignment of donor interventions, and institutional markets. In the next session, you will learn a bit more on each of these topics. In the program, we work according to the strategic innovation pathways as elaborated in the roadmap. Thank you. Chinedu, now please over to you.
Thank you, Maya. Follow the next slide. So yes, my job here is to just I'll run through 3 basic things: the governance and management of the program, talk about the partners that we are going with in trying to achieve the objectives of this program, and then some of the high-level overview of the activities that we hope to achieve. So for governance and management of the program, we'll have a program steering committee, which will be at the very top, the very strategic team that will provide guidance and also ensure that the program is aligned with other initiatives that are already happening in the landscape, agricultural landscape. So we'll also have the management, the program management and implementation team. And this is where Wagner WCDI will be coordinating on behalf of the CSP consortium, and they also will coordinate the activities of the Dutch partners. Then Sahel will operate the CSP office in Abuja and also coordinate all activities of the Nigerian partners. Like you already would have been aware, this is a collaborative program between stakeholders in the Dutch sector and the Nigerian stakeholders in the seed sector to ensure that the Nigerian seed sector runs efficiently. So we also will have a program management team that will have a staff of WCDI, Sahel Consulting, and NASC, the regulator of the seed sector in Nigeria, to oversee the coordination of this program. So each topic, like have been explained by Maya, will have a Nigerian Dutch team. So each topic, we are looking at it as a project on its own. So we'll have a Nigerian-Dutch topic, Nigerian topic lead, and also a Dutch topic lead. And then these topic teams, these topic leads, together with us, the management implementation team, will have a team, other stakeholders that we are going with to implement each of those topics, which we see as a single topic, single project. Yeah, next slide, please. So these are the partners that we've identified with in Nigeria and Netherlands to go with for each of the topics. So we see for decentralization of seed quality assurance, we have NASC, the seed council, and NASC, the quarantine service. We have Sahel, Sudan, and the National Agricultural Research Institute and the CG centers as Nigerian partners. WCDI would be the Netherlands partner for that topic. For extension of seed and cultivation practices, we rely on ABU, Institute of Agricultural Research, the extension and research liaison of services, East-West Seed and Sahel, to provide leadership on the Nigerian partners. WCDI and WPR will be Nigerian partners. Seed company marketing and promotion, we have Sahel, Sudan, the seed entrepreneurs, and other seed companies, the Seed Entrepreneur Association, and also seed companies as Nigerian seed partners to drive that topic. For Nigeria and the Netherlands, we have WCDI, WPR Plantum, the seed organization of the Dutch partners, and the seed companies also on the Dutch side to lead that. Institutional markets, we have Sahel, NASC, Sudan, seed companies, developing partners, because this is very important. So we want to also see a buy-in from developing partners on the achievements of that topic. We'll have WCDI for the Netherlands. Sector governance will have NASC, Sudan, and others. WCDI, Plantum, and EKN. Alignment of donor interventions will be Sahel and developing partners. WCDI, EKN, the Dutch embassy for Netherlands partners. Plant variety protection will have NASC, NAGRAB, Sudan, NARI, seed companies, and others. And also for Nigerian partners and the Dutch partners will be WCDI, Platinum, and Noctambo, which is the regulator of the seed sector in the Netherlands. Then variety release will have NAGRAB, NARIs, NASC, seed companies, and then for the Nigerian side, for the Netherlands side, we'll have WCDI, Platinum, seed companies, and Noctambo. Yeah, next slide. So on the next slide, we'll see the broad activities of what we want to achieve in the program. But these are activities that we want to implement over the 4 years of the program. But then each topic, like I said, is like a project. They have the option with the topic leads and the topic teams to make adjustments of how they want to have this play out to ensure that they achieve the outcomes of their topic. So we'll have action research. For action research, we'll have to do research to actually build evidence and document experience, which will then drive the innovations that we want to see. And then also we'll have digital solutions, which are, it's very important these days. The COVID has shown us that digitalization is very necessary in everything we do. So we'll have to see how we introduce digital solutions to enhance efficiency, effectiveness, and accountability in the coordination of the seed sector. We'll also facilitate exchange programs of critical Nigerian stakeholders with other peers in Africa to share ideas on innovation and best practices. We'll also pilot modalities. So for ideas that we bring, we have to pilot it to see in practice how this works, and also make adjustments for institutionalization and scaling of these ideas. So we'll conduct studies, we'll do trainings, both local and international. We'll have variety demonstrations with seed companies. We'll have workshops to engage with people to continuously explain what we're trying to do, what we've achieved, and where we're going to, so that stakeholders can be carried along. So the final slide that I have here, it just sums up the whole program structure. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so it sums up the whole program structure. We'll see that the Nigerian seed roadmap, which is a document that shows where we want the Nigerian seed sector, with all the visions that we want for the Nigerian seed sector, and we hope to get a buy-in from all the stakeholders on this Nigerian seed roadmap. So we have already, this drives the Nigerian Netherlands Seed Partnership. the overall umbrella of the whole program, of the whole relationship between Nigeria and Netherlands on the seed sector. Then this collaborative seed program is just under this. And then we also have the governance and management, which I've explained. So this is just a structure of everything we've explained. We have the topics theme, the different topics to my left here, then the vision and targets with Maya have explained of what we want to achieve, and then the partners, and all these report to the program management or the topic teams, and then at the end of the day is the program steering committee. So as Ndidi had already said, we are going together. We want to go with partners, with everybody to achieve the objective of this program. Please come along with us. Thank you very much. Hand over back to Falak now.
Thank you so much, Chinedu. Thank you, Chinedu and Maya. The overview you have provided nicely sets us into the next session of our agenda, where the different topic leads are going to deep dive into the various topics that are going to be leading and what the objectives of the specific topics are. I'll urge you all to drop your questions. I've seen quite a few questions already, questions and comments. Please continue dropping your questions in the chat box. As the session ends, we'll pick out a few questions that the panelists are going to address. Now, I would like to welcome all the panelists for the 8 topics that are going to deep dive into the different 8 topics. And you have Chinedu and Maya that are going to serve as the moderators of the panels. Over to you, Chinedu and Maya.
Thank you very much, Falak. So after this general introduction, we would like to give you some more insight into the individual topics. And for every topic, we have invited the lead to this panel, and we will discuss some questions with them. And but it will take a few minutes to uplift all panelists to this session, to uplift all topic leads as panelists. So please bear with us. I can start actually because I see that Ekom Oyogu of the National Agricultural Seeds Council is already there. So yes, Ekom, please unmute yourself, and I hope that you.
Everyone is there, Maya, so I think you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. So let's get started. Well.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Maya. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, the Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Good afternoon, the Director General, National Agricultural Seed Council, and everyone. Welcome on board.
Okay, thank you very much, Oyogu. I would like to ask you 2 questions in relation to the topic that you're leading, sector coordination and governance. And that is one of the topics of the Collaborative Seed Program. May I ask you, how does the National Seed Roadmap contribute to the plans of the National Agricultural Seeds Council for seed sector coordination?
Okay, thank you very much. The challenge of the seed sector in Nigeria and even at the world at large is complex. The reason being that it has different seed systems, different value chains involving so many actors along the value chain. Now, currently in Nigeria, this performance of the sector is somehow limited in its alignments with stakeholders along the value chain. There's deficiency in accountability, and there is limited capacity to monitor progress along the value chain. And that is already a major challenge. And currently, there is a lack of a multi-sectoral coordination mechanism to jointly tackle the challenges of the sector, which can together arrive at solution. Now, the National Seed Roadmap, in its way it was packaged, has aligned priorities to tackle the challenges of the Nigerian seed sector. And it's hoped that these strategies are going to enhance the governance of the seed sector. It's going to increase alignment of all the stakeholders, ensure and ensuring communication among stakeholders so that all the stakeholders in the seed sector will be on the same page in order to achieve the desires of the sector.
Okay, thank you very much, Oyogu. Then I have another question. If you think about this topic, what would you like to see different in relation to this topic 4 years from now?
Great. What I would like to see, and it will also be the yearning of the stakeholders in the industry, is to see appropriate coordination and a very strong governance mechanism in place, which will result to alignment and more collaboration, more accountability among different stakeholders. And this can only be achieved when we have a formidable platform, which we hope this program, the implementation of this program will put in place, a national seed sector platform where everybody will have a voice. Now, again, I would also like to see the regulatory body, the National Agricultural Seed Council, strengthening its capacity for effective coordination and regulation of the entire sector from end to end. Now, the National Seed Sector Platform, when obviously established through the implementation of this program, should be able to deliver effective and sustainable mechanism of bringing all the key stakeholders, on the same page, where we can facilitate dialogue with one another and everyone's voice being heard. It will also create an opportunity where they will be able to communicate roles and responsibility, knowing who is doing what and who is responsible for what, engendering accountability. The National Seed Sector Platform, I envisage that it's going to create stronger collaboration and more partnership, and it will foster sectoral development, that will lead to the total implementation of the National Seed Roadmap, including the other strategic innovation pathways that have not been addressed in this project. And finally, I'd like to see a more robust partnership under the Collaborative Seed Program, aligning itself to the National Seed Roadmap that will contribute to the overall development of the Nigerian seed sector and by large, the agricultural sector. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Oyogu. Let's move to the next topic. Next slide, please. That is a topic very much related to seed sector coordination, alignment of donor interventions. Walter de Boef, may I please ask you 2 questions?
Yes, you can.
The first question is, what role does the seed sector need donors and development partners to play to improve coordination of the sector?
Thank you very much for that question, Maya. Greetings to everybody and all the honor protocol observed, I would say. It's really very important to have this alignment between donors. One of the purposes for us, together with NASC, Sahel, supported by the Dutch government and the Ministry of Agriculture, is to establish a national seed roadmap, because it allows, from the donor side, better alignment and coordination to avoid that duplication takes place, but also to create a space for the sector itself, and that way it's very much linked to what Oyogu has just mentioned. If the sector is has better coordinated, is aligned with the seed roadmap, then the conversation between the sector and donors, where necessary changes, systemic changes or capacities are developed, are needed to, where investment is required to make a change, that coordination has to take place. So from the Collaborative Seed Program, we will work closely with the agricultural agriculture working group through our contact at the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and try to link really with the different donors with a key interest in the seed sector to create alignment, to avoid duplication, and also to foster the way forward. So that's why we think we can make a contribution in that space.
Okay, thank you very much, Walter. So you explained it a little bit already, but what can donors expect from the Collaborative Seed Program the coming period of time?
Yeah, so we really want to link their work to the National Seed Roadmap. So what we will do first is to engage with them and try to map what is everybody doing. When we were engaged in developing the National Seed Roadmap, we did a first inventory, what is everybody doing? Then we update that and seek where is opportunities, seek where is complementarity, and look also where is gaps. And we have to realize that such a roadmap is a dynamic document. So even new areas may emerge. The sector can be vocal through the coordination and governance, and we can match where donors have certain interest to see, oh, these are still gaps or new areas for investments, for system innovation or capacity development emerge, and that we really can bring that to their attention. So that's what we really see that donors can ask from us.
Thank you very much, Walter. And it's already time to move to the next topic, which is variety release. And we all agree that a clear and transparent seed regulatory framework is very important for good seed sector governance. So may I ask you, Dr. Ibidun Adetiloya, why does variety release needs to be addressed in the Collaborative Seed Program?
Thank you very much, Maya. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'd like to stand on the existing protocol. Yeah, variety release is a key stage in the farmer seed chain, and it links breeders to farmers. It links plant breeding to farmers, and including it in the collaborative seed program will be a critical contribution to the transformation of the whole seed sector. Yeah. Variety release system has been existing in Nigeria since 1989, and it has released more than 600 crop varieties, but it is still facing a lot of challenges, especially in terms of private seed sector, because the system is quite expensive in terms of conducting trials. It is slow. So many seed companies are finding it that the system, that the overall efforts of releasing a new variety it exceeds the benefits thereof. So it is important that the system is reviewed and to improve on the system so that it will be able to adapt to the need of every stakeholders, and the process will be tailored towards seed business. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ibidun. So my second question is, what is the key innovation you would like to see introduced 4 years from now?
Yeah, thank you very much, Maya, for that vital question. These projects will enable us to engage with different stakeholders, and in collaboration with the stakeholders, we are going to review the existing system in terms of transparency, efficiency, and cost effectiveness. So we are going to compare it with other countries and the ECOWAS seed policy, and we are going to identify innovation. So there will be quite a lot of innovations that will be introduced, but most importantly, we want to see digital solution. Yes, we want to see digital solution. We want to see a situation whereby some of the processes will be digitalized, so as to increase the efficiency in such a way that plant variety protection and plant variety application can be combined together and applied together. And that, I believe that will also give user access to variety release information, like, for example, characteristics of new varieties, the source of that varieties. That will help farmers to plan ahead. And so also, it will help them to maybe replace some of their obsolete varieties, and there will be a variety turnover. And I would also like to see a speed up system, a speed up process with cost efficient, so that will be able to encourage the private sector investments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bidun. Great ambitions. Let us move to the next topic, which also relates to seed sector regulation, and that's plant variety protection. I would like now to invite Laura Piñon Gonzalez from Lactango in the Netherlands. And I would like to ask you, Laura, how can a well-functioning system for plant variety protection benefit both breeders as well as farmers?
Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon to everyone. Before I answer your question, Maria, please allow me to come back to what already have been said by some honorable speakers before, because I think it's very important to understand why we are plant variety protection system, why we need it. We are living in a world full of challenges. The world population has passed the 7.8 billion people and continues to grow. Hunger is one of the major challenges to humankind, and climate change, already have been said, is having considerable consequences for agriculture. So farmers worldwide do not have an easy task. Farmers are the ones that have to feed the world, the ones that will need to produce more using fewer pesticides, less water, less arable lands. To meet these challenges, farmers worldwide need to have access to better and improved plant varieties. So varieties with an increased yield to be able to produce more with few inputs, resistance to pests and diseases, and to use few chemical products that are easy to harvest or adapted to the changing climate conditions. So only an active breeding sector can meet the needs for better varieties that farmers demand, but not only farmers, also society demands also new and more different kind of varieties. So breeding is the key. We need breeding, and we need to stimulate breeding, because farmers need to have these improved varieties. Probably there are many breeders in the audience, and they know that it takes a long time and effort to develop a successful plant variety. It can take 10 to 15 years for many plant species. With a plant breeders' rights system, the breeder will have the fair opportunity to benefit from his or her investment. They will have the opportunity to get their investment back so they can continue breeding. But of course, it is necessary that improved varieties reach as many small and medium-sized farm holders as possible. A good working plant breeders' rights system can stimulate, through the use of licenses, the creation of professional and solid networks of seed producers and seed distributors that will play an important role in enriching these farmers. And talking about seed marketing, most of the times this is one of the weak points of public research institutes. So that's why plant breeders' rights system also can stimulate a public-private partnership in which a public research institute can also have an agreement with a commercial company to let them propagate and distribute their varieties. And at last but not least, I would like to mention that a plant breeders' rights system stimulates not only breeding, it stimulates also foreign breeders to introduce their new varieties in the country. This if there is not an effective plant breeders' rights system, breeders from abroad will not be able to protect their investments and may not marketing their newest varieties in such unprotected markets. And this introduction of these varieties with better characteristics is very important also for Nigerian farmers, because they will have access to more improved varieties, resulting in an increase of choice, but also to Nigerian local breeders, because they will be able to use this new germoplasma for their breeding programs, because these new foreign varieties can be introduced in their local breeding program as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Laura, for explaining the benefits of plant variety protection. But can you also tell us, what can stakeholders expect from you in regard to this topic the coming year? What do you start with?
Yes, I think first of all, it's really very important to raise awareness of the PVP among all the different stakeholders in each area. We have to explain the benefits of it among all the stakeholders, what can be done, what cannot be done. And to answer those questions, the CSP will organize and support workshops and small consultations meetings to discuss all these different aspects related to plant breeders' rights, but also the interaction between the plant breeders' rights and the seed law and variety relics, which will be very much connected. And secondly, having a PPP law is the first step to stimulate a strong breeding sector, but it's not enough. Once the law is adopted, this has to be implemented, and decisions on institutional, technical, and financial arrangements will have to be made. So the CSP will organize the capacity development on the staff of SNACs and NAGRAP and the NARIS on the various aspects related to the implementation of the PVP system. And at last but not least, we will provide also administrative and technical scholarships to train the staff on administrative and technical matters. And also we will provide the fellowships to selected key staff to join the international training on plant breeders' rights, which is organized in Wageningen and organized by WCDI and the Netherlands and NACTAMA, the Dutch Inspection Service for Horticultural Crops.
Okay, thank you very much, Laura. I think I want to hand over now to my colleague Chinedu to facilitate the discussion for the other topics. Please, Chinedu.
Thank you, Maya, and thank you all panelists, and also standing on existing protocols. So I think my topic, the next topic I'm discussing is will be around seed company marketing and promotion. And I'll have Adigun Stephen to respond to the questions on how they want to see change in this sector. So Adigun, thank you for accepting to lead this project as it is. So I have just a question. I have a couple of questions for you, which is the standard that we've developed 2 questions each. But then for seed company, we understand, like we all know, that adoption of quality seed is currently low. And this is the bread and butter of seed companies. So in the perspective of seed companies, why is this adoption rate low?
Yeah, thank you very much, Nedu and Maya, for this session. Most smallholder Nigerian farmers are resource poor. In fact, most of them depend on government subsidies and donor intervention for improved seeds, as well as other agro inputs. And also, farmers' knowledge on improved crop varieties is often limited to the crops of varieties being focused on or promoted by any sponsored agricultural projects. And of course, upon the completion of such projects, the farmers return to the use of their farm seeds during the next cropping season, especially if there is no other intervention program at their disposal. Farmers are here to understand the importance and gains of good agronomic practices, and more importantly, right time of planting. And in general, farmers have limited awareness of the benefits and do not always know what varieties best fit their farming system, their agroecology, as well as the market demands. And they are most often not aware of innovations in seed systems, such as that of CDM, cassava stems, which are improved ones, quality seeds of cereals, where you have maize, rice, and others, legumes, roots, and tuber crops, as well as vegetables, where you have tomatoes, cucumber, and the likes. Thank you, Chinedu.
All right, thank you very much. You've explained this very well. So in how would variety demonstration, which is one of the activities that we've identified for this component and which your team had agreed is important. So how would this drive or how would this contribute to overcome these challenges in adoption rates? How do you see that happen?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chinedu. If something is not sustainable, there's no way you can have it being adopted by seed companies. So this CSP topic itself will focus on the training, backstopping, and monitoring the establishment and management of the variety demonstration plots in order to build the capacity of both domestic and international seed companies. That is, their staff will try and build their capacity so that once this project is even over, they'll be able to continue the promotion, marketing, and adoption, as well as demonstration. These commercial demonstration sites will be managed by and maintained by the respective seed companies, both Dutch and the Nigerian side. And experts from the previous projects, the knowledge to knowledge, as well as seed for change experts, who are super trainers on varietal demonstrations, will be engaged as agreed by the companies. And overall, seed companies will be supported to organize a minimum of 3 field events, that is farmers field days, during the crop cycle. And during these field events, farmers are expected to obtain information on the varieties and also on the cultivation practices required for optimal crop yields, geared towards getting back the investment in quality seeds. And this also during the events, the farmers will be able to receive crop guides in their local language for effective communication. And my team and I were saying that seed companies on their part need to adopt seed demonstration, promotion, and marketing so as to encourage farmers to adopt use of improved seeds. Thank you, Chinedu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephen. I mean, this is a lot of work. So we'll hold you accountable. It's a lot of nice things you've said, and I'm sure also the stakeholders are looking forward to this. So yeah, next topic, please. So for next slide. So the next topic, we're looking at institutional markets, and that's Walter, and I'll be working closely with you on this. And like we've already mentioned or highlighted by Stephen, institutional markets are very important for farmers as it is right now. But then we understand that there are some challenges with the current practices. So can you explain what this exact problem are from institutional seed markets, Walter?
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. Yeah, Stephen already mentioned it, and even earlier, some of the honorable guests indicated also that really government takes up a role also in Nigeria to support farmers with inputs. So that is very good for farmers, but at the same time, it can be good for companies, but it can not be good for the development of a sector. Because what you see, for example, the TASAI report has illustrated that for those companies engaged in the business of maize seed, 50% of their market comes from institutional players. And that is government, either it's federal or state governments. These can be donors who want to distribute seed to support certain value chain programs, or it also can be donors or projects in the humanitarian space. So very different kind of institutional marketplace. If they procure seed in a certain way that it's bulk, and that what you call in the seed business package integrity is not maintained, farmers are not sure they get the seed. They don't know which seed company or seed producer is coming behind it. It can be a source of substandard seeds to enter the market, and in that sense also not really trustworthy seed companies entering the market. So that really, and if the major market is institutional, we create a kind of artificial seed market, and so companies don't really are linked to a long-term presence. So the problem is here. It's on one side, it's good, this investment. At the same time, it jeopardizes the development of a mature, business-oriented seed industry, and that's where we try to address some points.
Yeah, I agree with you, Walter. Thank you for that. So what are the expected changes that your component, the topic you're leading, will address?
Yeah, so this is really an aspect which also brings together a lot of the different players in the sector, as you see here. So of course, NASC, SEDAN, the companies, but also government players, state government or federal government, but also development partners come on board. So what we will do is make first a kind of clear inventory. What are the current practices in Nigeria? What is the impact of the institutional for farmers? What kind of quality seed do they get? What kind of varieties do they get? And what is also the impact on the business models of seed companies and seed producers in the country? Based on that, we will look also in neighboring countries, in other places where these institutional markets are also thriving, and important, and see what kind of other modalities are there that the institutional markets can operate in a way that it's to the benefit to the farmers, and to the donor and other agencies basically want to engage in that, but also it supports the development of the industry. So we will develop a kind of protocols or modalities to be implemented by those development partners, and then through institutional the development partner alignment, through coordinations, we will link with some of those programs to pilot this out. And we really hope that in 4 years we can have a number of pilots, how to have a more industry-friendly and long-term industry-friendly mechanisms in place, that also in the future the development partners, they will follow the proof, and this will become a standard.
Yeah, I agree. So the development partners are very important in this water. So yeah, it's related to the donor alignment section, so that would be very good.
Including the government, because government also is a very big player in this.
Yeah. Okay, so next question, next topic we'll be addressing is on extension and seed cultivation practices. And I have Dr. Aisha Abdulkadir representing ABU, Institute of Agricultural Research, to lead this topic alongside Philip Van Koosveld. So, Dr. Aisha, quick question: what's the need to improve farmers' uptake of quality? What do we need to do to improve farmers' uptake of quality seed? Very related to, but this is actually related to research. What kind of research do we need to do in this regard?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chinedu. With respect to what to be done for farmers to improve the uptake, you know, farmers are very aware that their cultivation practices of certain vegetable or crops can be affected by diseases or getting poor yields or poor quality of these products. So improved varieties can have the potential to bring increased productivity, better quality, and also bring resistance to diseases. However, farmers have to adopt good management practices that these varieties can bring these advantages, because these varieties are already having the traits to withstand some stress, environmental stress, which is particular to different environmental conditions. So practical research under local conditions will contribute to have tailored recommendations for extension services and farmers to improve their productivity. And the fact that Nigerian farmers are aware that they need improved varieties, they have seen the outcome from some past projects. So they are very, very willing to see that these improved varieties will help to solve some of the problems that they are already experiencing in their farms. Thank you.
Yeah, so okay, just to close out, I think you've already answered most of the questions I had, but then what exactly do we expect from the program, the project, or the topic that you're handling, which is action research? How will action research activities encourage farmers' uptake of quality seed? Yeah.
Yes, you see, when you are conducting action research, you need to first diagnose, you need existing knowledge base, literatures of certain things that are happening. As a research institute or a research-based organization, action research will reveal the best practices for farmers using improved varieties and quality seeds under their local conditions. And this is really done by getting what is the baseline. You need to know the baseline, what is existing in the farming systems of these different local farmers. I saw one topic, one question where somebody was asking if how do these innovations go to local farmers? And I think that's what extension plays a role in, because extension now plays a role by setting up demonstration sites where extension officers and farmers can all be brought together to these demonstrations, and recommendations and advices will be conveyed to the farmers based on the best practices that have been identified and demonstrated to the farmers, so that you see the outcome of that improved variety. So I'm very happy you brought extension to the very last part, because none of this will work without the end users getting this information. It's with extension that you get the farmers to adopt, you get the farmers to know. So the different extension media, which includes all the outlets, media outlets, they can be pamphlets, they can be trainings, workshops, all the relevant extension medias can be used to reach out to see that these people, farmers, are aware of improved seeds, improved innovations, technical solutions to their problems. And I've seen one research which shows that education level is very key to farmers. That's awareness is very key for farmers to uptake information, to uptake innovations or technical advices. So it is very good to have more sensitization, awareness that these good seeds or varieties exist that will help to elevate some of the problems that farmers are facing in the different environments or local conditions. Thank you, Chinedu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Aisha. And I think for the final question, we actually have Osho on decentralization of seed quality assurance, which, Falak, yeah. So yes, Osho, it's a very important, also very important topic, though it's coming not in any particular order that it's below, but then it's very important, right? So Nigeria is a very big country, we all know that, and it's very difficult to centralize the seed quality assurance process. So there's been some work done on this in this regard, but what are the benefits if I'm a seed producer or a seed user? Why should I be interested in seed quality assurance decentralization?
Thank you, Chinedu, and thank you, Maya. Quality assurance is a hallmark of any product, and seed quality assurance cannot be compromised when we talk about food and nutrition security. But over the years, the expanding seed industry, as a result of more awareness, has created sort of gaps in ability for effective certification processes and the challenge to access to prompt seed certification. And there are also issues of low compliance to seed and norms and the efficient monitoring and traceability. But looking at the decentralized quality assurance system, which the CSP is looking at, this brings the services closer to the seed producer. This is one top priority, bringing the services closer to the producer in an efficient manner, using digitalized systems which create more trust and accentuating traceability and good information and operational systems, all for the ultimate benefit of the farmer to have value for their money. So decentralization brings it exactly close to the farmer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So final question, and I think we need to hurry up on this. So like CSP is not the only program that is already looking at decentralization of seed quality assurance. So how can we collaborate to scale this in this program? Yeah.
Thank you. Over the years, NACST with some of our partners has created some innovations such as the digitalization of the seed system, the seed codex for electronic authentication, and the private seed certification systems, both for the lab and for the field. So the CSP is going to use this topic, especially is going to use a three-pronged strategy to scale up this system, this innovation that has been created, has been working and tested in NASC. And one of the strategy is piloting of the licensed seed inspectors. This time around, we'll move towards the states of interest, Kano and Kaduna, and piloting the digitalized seed certification systems in these states which form the hub of seed production in Nigeria, and scaling this up and for sustainability. And also the topic will look strategically in developing standard operating protocols for crops like tomatoes and potatoes, which are also crops of interest. And these learnings from other projects NASA's partnered with will be scaled up. Now, these 3 strategies will be implemented in partnership because it's a collaborative project, in partnership with key stakeholders that NACS has been in collaboration with. Examples are private companies, the SIDAN as a body, NARIS, such as NIHOT, NRCRI, and it's good to know that we are not, the project is not reinventing the wheel, but strengthening and scaling up for efficiency and reach.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Osho. So I think we are, I'll hand over to Falak. We need to take question and answer, and there's been very good ideas have been shared, and we'll hold every single one accountable. This program is, this session is being recorded, so we can hold you accountable to all the promises. So Falak, back to you.
Thank you so much, Chinedu. Thank you all to all the panelists for the really interesting conversation that's been had. And from the comments that I've seen in the box, in the chat box, the participants have a better understanding of what the program is about and the different topics that you're going to be leading over the next 4 years. We also have a few questions that came up from the chat box. We don't have much, we're running out of time, so we'll only be able to take a couple of questions from the participants. The first one was, can seed companies be part, and these questions are addressed to both the panelists and Chinedu Maya from your early presentation. I've seen a few questions around what are the varieties, what are the crops that this program is focusing on. If either Chinedu and Maya address this.
Myself. Thank you very much, Falak. Indeed, I've seen a few questions on crops, and some topics they are not really crop specific. Since talking about seed sector coordination or talking about donor alignment, but there are a number of topics where we specifically focus on horticulture. And what is interesting to see that is that also a few partners asked, can we line up, can we align and work together in horticulture? So that's, for example, the topic on extension, where we are going to do action research, and partly also on seed company promotion. We have taken a few indicator crops for the program to measure our impact, and these are tomato, maize and rice, but sometimes we go for some topics beyond those crops. For example, for seed quality assurance, we said we will also develop the standard operation procedures for potato, for example, and somebody requested already also for collaboration for that crop.
Thank you so much, Maya. There were also a set of questions around the scope of the program. Is it only Kaduna, or this is can go to Kano, or is it going to be nationwide?
Yeah, so we had to choose an area, a focus area. We said, let's not dilute our efforts all over Nigeria. But again, some topics are more at national level, because policy topics, they will affect all seed stakeholders in Nigeria, like the introduction of a PVP system. But we said for piloting, let's go to Kaduna, and in some cases to Kano. And we also say Kano because we do have a number of projects in Kano, which are supported by the Dutch government already. And also Kano has a very strong private seed sector. So Kano and Kaduna are a major focus. Some topics are nationwide. Then activities actually take place in Abuja. And we may have some small steps also to plateau states if we talk about topics that address potato.
Great, thank you so much, Maya. And just two more questions so we can close out. The first one is, Can seed companies be part of the extension on seed and cultivation practices as well? And it continues saying that most genetics are being developed by some companies, and I would like to suggest that they should be involved in the extension of their product. And I think this is related to the topic on seed company marketing.
Okay, so maybe Stephen can answer that question now?
Yes.
Yeah. Stephen and Aisha, or Aisha can do that.
Okay,
Dr.
okay,
Aisha.
I can talk about that. The process of action research actually deals with first you diagnose, but it also involves collecting a lot of information, data, that existing data. As research institution, we have already some data that is available on best agronomic practices. These practices could be as a result of, in the terms of management of inputs, fertilizers, and soil management or water management, if it's under an irrigated systems. So what we normally do as action research, which I think the person that asked the question was suggesting I should be process-based, of course, because we identify a certain problem for the farmers, because the farmers come all the time and ask us. They're looking for seed that will be tolerant to environmental stresses, which I say can be diseases. It can be the weather, maybe the temperature, or it can be water stress and other things. So we try to see if we can set up some little demos with them with the best practices. And what it also entails is that the farmers' ongoing practice is also kept at the site. They are seeing what is doing, what is innovative in the terms of the use of that quality seed. And at the end of the day, of course, there may be challenges that are coming up, and that's why it's supposed to be process-based, because as you are carrying out a research, a demonstration, you also see some challenges, which we now also use to further improve in the next phase. So this is kind of what we mean by the action research is process-based, because it's going on and you're getting information, and at the end of the day, you are trying to see what is transformative about the research. Are you going to seek some social change? Are you seeing whether the farmers are going to accept the seed? Because based on the quality of the seed, of course, from the quality, you can see a good linkage to market, because you can see how your seed goes to the market. And probably the seed is also going to have a kind of ability to withstand some post-harvest losses or destruction from post-harvest practices. So if you have good quality seeds and you have good market, of course, it's kind of a process that is a loop. It gives you a feedback, and you use the feedback to see how to improve on the overall system. So this is part of what I think he's asking. And of course, there is also collaboration. Like I said, there's existing knowledge. There's also some collaboration with knowledge transfer platforms that already demonstrate some of these good practices. So it's not going to be something that is starting from the beginning. It's going to be a process. There's already information, or there's already a kind of a background that has started that is going to be used, built upon to see how to transfer this knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aisha. Thank you. And we have a few more questions, but you have the CSP website that you can access. My colleague is going to post it shortly. You can access the CSP website to have a bit more detail about the program. And if you have any questions, we can have them addressed. We can address them from the website. Now, moving on to the closing words from Mr. Folari Akilola. He works with the National Seed Council, and he's going to close us out on this launch. Over to you, Folari.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fadak. And it's a wonderful time to be in this launch, the collaborative seed program in Nigeria. It's been a long journey, and we are all happy. Today we are launching the program. A very big thank you to our indefatigable minister, the Minister of Farmers, Alhaji Sabo Nanono, for accepting to grace this occasion, ably represented by no other person than our own Federal Director of Agriculture, a strong woman, a woman of substance in the agricultural space in the country, Mrs. Karima Babangida. We thank you for standing in for the minister and standing in real good for Nigerian farmers. Thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate His Excellency Harry van Dyke, the ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Nigeria. Thank you for all the support. The support is what has culminated in the launch of the collaborative seed program. And the team that has been assembled, we are sure, after 4 years, we deliver to such an extent that the embassy will give us more support to go another 4 years. So thank you, Your Excellency. We must also appreciate the Director General of the Seed Council. Your support to us is what has led to the team that we have paraded today. And we thank you for all the dynamic strides you are leading in the seed industry. To the our strong woman, Ndidi of Sahel, the Sahel team has been very, very strong, and what we are seeing today is dynamic leadership. I want to thank you for your support and the team that you have, lent to us from the private angle to support the public to collectively deliver a collaborative seed program that will transform the agri sector in Nigeria. We say thank you. We must appreciate the Sudan president. I'm sure that a lot of the members of Sudan are in this meeting and they are listening to us. We thank you for all the support and how you have stood with us so far. After saying thank you to all these people, many more that we cannot mention, let me also say thank you to the team that have spoken in one capacity or the other today. This team is a team, I would liken it to a strong football team. It's now a mixture of the Super Eagles and the Dutch, the Netherlands. I think they are what's the team? The orange yeah. It's a mix of the green and the orange team. And I'm sure that these two teams are very strong team when you look at football, and you would not be surprised the level of delivery that will come from the collaborative seed project, because it's a mixture of two teams with very strong capacity to deliver. We are going to lean on the leverage and the capacity of the Dutch system to transform the Nigeria's agricultural space also in the 4 years. So we are calling on all partners, all stakeholders to please be on the lookout. We cannot do it alone. Indeed, said it in our opening speech that if we want to go far, we should work with partners. And that is why we have brought together partners today in this launch. And we say, don't leave us to do it alone. Challenge us, question us, communicate with us when you think we are not doing anything, and above all, follow us as we deliver successfully. And come the end of 4 years, we are going to report back to you to tell you what we have been able to do. Finally, I say thank you to everybody, and for all the ones that have asked questions, we say thank you. For the questions that we've not been able to answer, please feel free to communicate with us either by email or other means, and we will provide you the answers to those questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Folarin. Thank you. Aptly said. We're open for collaborations. Please reach out. I've seen some comments about collaborating. We're open for collaborations. Thank you so much. And I would like to wish you all a good afternoon, good morning, or good day, good evening to you all. Thank you.